Grammy fashion,
Let's talk Grammy
please.
fashion. I like the Grammys. I actually saw some of it while I was working last night. It was good.
Andy, can we pull this up, please?
They did like a rap special. I really appreciated
Look at
it.
Fran Drescher killing it. Killing it. She is doing a very sexy 1970s. Is that a romper?
Is that from last night?
Jumpsuit. This is last night. She looks absolutely gorgeous. I think she's 60 now. God bless her soul and whatever else, and her doctors or whoever is working with her, because she looks phenomenal.
All those 60-years are giving me a ton of hope. You know?
Yeah.
Everyone's just aging well these days.
Not everyone.
Not everyone. Not everyone. But there's a lot of
some.
people in their 60s that are just looking great. Tom Cruise.
She's great. Here, let
Isn't
me
Tom Cruise 60?
show you some more.
That's flying planes, jumping out of planes.
Well, Tom
still?
Cruise, he eats placenta, so of course he's gonna stay young forever. You didn't know this?
What?
Beyonce, she brought in how many Grammys? Was it 3?
She's on 3.
Oh wait.
9 last night?
9 total. Beyonce has the most Grammys ever by anyone ever.
As she should. I mean, it's Queen Bey, no?
Sasha Fierce, you know what I really loved? They celebrated hip hop for the past 50 years.
Right.
I thought hip hop was a little longer than that for some reason.
When did you think hip hop started?
Like in the 1800s.
In the 1800s?
No,
Hold on. Grandmaster Funk Flex. Straight off the fields, straight off the cotton fields, hit me with a beat. 1800s.
Let's talk about J-Lo. J-Lo looking absolutely phenomenal. Now, what's really funny about all of this is not J-Lo not looking phenomenal, but Ben given like some weird side eyes.
When? To who?
Not to anyone but himself. Everyone's like, can somebody please get Ben a Dunkin' Donuts and a...
Well, he was upset? Did he look bothered? He's not a Grammy guy. He's an Oscar guy. He's probably like, why am I here?
I know, but look at this body. J-Lo's killing it. Again, women
were they
killing
married before?
it at all ages, at all stages. Again, God bless her soul and the doctors that work with her.
Were J-Lo and Ben Affleck married before?
They got engaged in 2000 and
in 2000?
2001, and they called off the engagement.
And then she went with who? Was it Mark Anthony?
Like 5 other people.
Right? Mark Anthony, P. Diddy,
yeah, a lot of people.
And then she came back.
P. Diddy was before. Can we?
And then she came back to Ben 20 years later.
Yeah. Let's look at the fashion.
That's
look
great.
At the fashion.
I like that.
We did the slow-mo cam, Kai.
I really do like that. I like the fact that they tried it 20 years later, tried it again. It's working this time.
What do we think about this? Thing. What do we think about this one?
Those are some earrings. I can't believe her ear's not falling off of those things. How heavy
Gorgeous.
are those?
She looks absolutely stunning.
Taylor Swift, you could tell she's going to age well.
I mean,
What?
Yeah. There's a saying, it's like, you're not ugly, you're just broke.
That's also a thing. That's also a thing.
Taylor Swift looking absolutely gorgeous. Everyone looked really, really good last night. Here's another picture
I do
of
want to
Miss
shout
Taylor.
out. They did do the 50-year anniversary of rap, and Busta Rhymes did his famous.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, his famous.
I got up and started dancing when I was getting my nails done.
His famous "Look at Me Now" song.
If you really want to party with me.
No, not that one. That's "Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See." But the "Look at Me Now" is. You're not going to come like that one when he goes really, really fast. But I was like, oh my God, he's gonna do it, and he does it. But then he mumbled. He just he can't do it either. It gave me a lot of hope because I can never do it.
Bus is also a little older.
Every time I gotta get it, then I gotta go, then I gotta slow, then I gotta get it, then I gotta go.
That's how it goes.
Not bad.
Oh wow, congrats.
He does it for 2 minutes though.
Can we look at more fashion?
No one's gonna bring it up that he mumbled through this whole thing?
No, I think we're gonna move on.
If you're gonna rap, you gotta rap.
We're gonna talk about mumbling?
It's gonna come out later today.
Okay, let's talk about more fashion. We got some more red carpet looks. What do you think about this look?
It's a basic suit.
I mean, the gloves make me think he's gonna do something, or he did something, or what are you, who dressed you?
It's very...
Just take the gloves off.
I also
but
don't like the fact that he buttoned it.
I mean, I like the color.
Open it up.
I like the style.
What's going on with the neck there? Does he have a scarf on?
No, he just has. No, yeah, I'm gonna zoom in on this. He has.
What is that?
A 3-piece.
That's a 3-piece, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see what's inside. It looks like a good, whatever that is.
Well-constructed suit. I think the pants are a little too tight.
Oh, he has like a cardigan on. That's
but it's okay. It's okay. He still looks chic. Listen, it's the
Open
Grammys.
It up. Let's see it.
It's the Grammys. This is a moment where all should be tried and expected, right?
Not all.
I mean, hello, speaking of all should be tried and expected, Harry, come on, man.
Yep.
This guy walked away with 2 Grammys last night. Very,
Congrats.
very, very well deserved.
Congrats. He was wearing a suit later on in the night.
Yes, he's wearing a suit jacket over top of it.
That worked better for me.
Yeah. This looks like a clown
But you know what? Listen, it's 2023.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah, right? Like, again, this is the Grammys. We're not at the Oscars. We're not at the Emmys. Andy, what do you think about this look? No comment.
You can't really rock that with a bulge, I'll tell you that. Is that Mary J. Blige?
Mary J. Blige looking absolutely stunning on the red carpet, showing skin.
You know, she was really nice to work with. I gotta give it to her.
Look at that. Do you see that? Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Just to give a testament to her character, she is a very nice person.
She looks like a nice person. You know,
I worked with her.
I know you told me that. I think that's really cool.
That's your mother.
She looks absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love the hair. I love this dress. I love the cutout, and I love her pose. She is really rocking it. I was watching her from past Grammys, and she is just really stepping into her own. The older she gets, the more she's stepping into her awesomeness, which is really cool.
She's been there. Mary J. Blige has had her own for 30 years, maybe more.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Yeah. More looks.
How long has Mary J. Blige been around?
More looks. 50 years.
Right? Like she could have been, it could be like a 30, 40 year run with Mary J. Blige.
This is her. I thought this was Rihanna for a second. What do we think about this?
That is Rihanna.
It's not Rihanna.
Who is that?
It's her name. It's her.
Oh, her name is her?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think?
What about it?
You like this? I love the hair. I love the glasses.
Yeah, sure.
A little too much cleavage, but again, this is the Grammys.
Is there such a thing as too much cleavage? But the point is,
Ice-T and his lovely wife, Coco.
Yep.
That was a lot of cleavage.
A lot of cleavage.
Too much.
Again.
Well, she also has a lot.
Is there such thing as too much?
I think there is. But you know what? If you got it, flaunt it. Again, it was the Grammys. Let's look at
now,
more.
This is a little too black. I would like
more looks.
I would like there to be a little bit more color on that last one.
We got Miss Paris Hilton.
That's Paris?
Yeah, who did you think that was?
I thought that was Mariah.
Oh yeah, it kind of has Mariah vibes.
Yeah.
I like this dress. I like the hair. It's not doing it for me, but again, it did it for her, and that's all that matters in the end.
You know, I feel like we're like, this is the post Lady Gaga era where people are kind of dressing a little bit more calmer now again. I'm missing the spikes. I miss the bubbles. I miss the pumps. Like Grammys used to be like, it looked like a futuristic award show from the 2050. Now I think we came back again.
Yeah.
This year was a little bit more safe.
Well, speaking of safe, look at Madonna's daughter.
That's Madonna's daughter?
Just like her. That's crazy, right? Whoa. She actually just got denied from the Marc Jacobs runway show because she was late. And I thought of myself for a second, being like, if you're ever late, just because you were the face of Marc Jacobs at one point does not mean you're going to get into the show.
They told her she can't come in.
No, she was not allowed into the show. She was late. Here we go. We got Casey Musgraves. There's your feathers.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
She's a gorgeous girl. But you know what? I feel like sometimes outfits like this take away from gorgeous people.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It just looks like Big Bird to me.
No.
You like this?
She looks like a superhero from Sesame Street. Which I can appreciate.
Okay. Yeah.
She looks like she's about to like sell you a Flonase or something. But at the same time, it looks good.
You're hilarious. Let's look at Heidi Klum.
That's almost a perfect dress.
Absolutely stunning.
I think that's almost a perfect dress.
Heidi does not age. I mean, she does. Everyone does. But like, she looks absolutely gorgeous. Her husband is 13 years younger than her.
Good.
I can dig it, as Kyle Trueblood says. I love the fringe. I love the deep neckline. Again, it's a lot of boob, but you know, it's Heidi Klum. She is known as the body.
Really?
Yeah, she was called the body.
Really?
Yeah.
The body.
Yep.
I could dig it.
That must be hard. Like, yeah.
Wasn't she dating Seal at one point?
She was married to Seal at one point.
Right.
And then, my buddy Pharrell Williams. This just makes me happy. You like
safe.
what I did there?
Pretty safe.
This is not safe. Look at these sunglasses.
Pretty safe.
Those are not safe.
Pretty safe.
He actually looks like the eyes from CBS. I wonder if he did that on purpose.
That is hilarious. It does look just like the logo right next to him. Yep.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Maybe he did that on purpose.
Could've
Maybe he's branded by CBS. No, I don't think so. But yeah, it's a super fun night. I really enjoyed it. But yes, again, Beyonce has the most of all time. A little more.
Check out that blue dress. Who is that?
Yeah, this is Cardi B. I'm pulling up Cardi B's look. This is gorgeous.
That's Gaga-esque.
Yeah.
I could appreciate.
I mean, this is just different, you know?
Very different.
I would take away part of the ribbons around her face.
It almost looks like it was photoshopped.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, like, again, I don't know. I just feel like sometimes simple is more beautiful. You can be you, but now's
not the time for simplicity.
No, I know. It's the Grammys.
It's the Grammys.
Look at this on the red carpet.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what that is, but it's beautiful.
It is gorgeous.
Looks like a piece of art.
It doesn't look functional. That's, I think, my only issue with it. Like, if there's anything coming at her on her right side, she won't see it.
I don't think they think function at the Grammys.
How are you gonna walk around? She's definitely bumped into a corner or two for sure. But like at the same time, gorgeous dress.
Yeah, well, she can look out to the left.
Oh, she can see through it.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Still a cool dress.
Yeah,
cool
super
dress.
cool. Anyway. And then I thought this was pretty fun. Tom Brady, I have to pull this up. He posted a thirst trap. Did you know that?
No.
And you haven't seen it? I gotta see if I can find it. He posted a thirst trap, and everyone's like raging over this because they're just like, wait, what? I don't know where'd it go.
Is it on the story?
There we go. Look. Yay! This is a thirst trap.
He's only what, 2 weeks out of the NFL? We're already hitting it. Hey, listen, he's single. He can do what he wants.
That's true. He looks really, really good. How old is he?
What is he? 45, 44?
He looks like he hasn't been like pummeled around with a ball.
He looks like he hasn't or has not?
Hasn't.
Looks pretty healthy, huh?
He looks pretty healthy. Like, I mean, he's not really
Michelle's approves.
He's not really my type,
She
but
approves.
like, he's not my type because has like a bazillion children. And,
He has 3.
And 2 wives.
He has 1 wife.
2 ex-wives.
Who's his ex-wife besides Giselle?
Oh, Bridget Monahan.
When was he married to Bridget Monahan?
2010.
That was before Giselle?
Yeah, BG.
Huh.
I actually don't have a type.
I didn't know he had a wife before Giselle.
Yeah.
And kids with Bridget Monahan as well?
Yeah, 1 child.
Huh.
Yeah.
What?
Welcome to Earth, guy.
I'm sorry. I'll make sure to put in my diary how many kids Tom Brady has.
You don't have to put it in your diary. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We got the chat. We want to connect with you and see how your Monday's going so far, and to see what your favorite looks were from the Grammys.
What was your favorite look?
My favorite look? I don't know who my favorite look was.
I think mine was Heidi Klum.
I think mine might have to be Taylor.
I'm not a big thing of the simple look. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the gold, but Heidi Klum, she pulled it off. And
the fringe?
Yeah.
What's this?
The fringe.
The fringe? I usually go for looks that I could wear. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like looks that I too could see myself wearing.
Okay.
So I could see myself wearing what Taylor wore.
Not with Cardi B wore.
Nah.
Honestly, I could see wearing that. The blue one?
Yeah, at the Met Gala.
I could see you wearing the blue one.
I would do that for the Met Gala for sure.
So the Met Gala is more of like a showboaty type of
100%.
But the Grammys is not?
No, the Grammys are just a night to shine and have fun and just like really be your authentic self.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could show out. You don't have to at the Grammys. At the Met Gala, you have to
At the Met Gala, you have to.
You have to put it down.
You just have to.
Okay.
There's no there's no going around it.
Okay. Rules are rules.
Rules are rules.
Rules are rules.
But rules are always meant to be broken, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Every year at the Grammys, I'm sure they're breaking some rules, pushing some boundaries.
I mean, what I loved most about the Grammys last night were the acceptance speeches.
Which one was your favorite?
Lizzo was my favorite.
She's adorable.
She was so cute. She was like, Beyonce, I saw you in the 5th grade and you inspired me.
Yeah.
And she talked about positive music and how positive music is making, like she did it before it was popular.
Yeah.
And she said that Prince inspired her to make music that would make other people feel good and inspire them to live a positive and upbeat life.
Yeah, I did appreciate
that.
the acceptance speeches. I think almost every single acceptance speech, they gave gratitude to somebody else in the audience.
Yeah, I
and
love
like
that.
started that way. I really appreciated that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I really liked that.
Even Adele won something, and she
She
immediately
did.
went to Lizzo, and Lizzo immediately went to Beyonce, and it was good. I think the only person who didn't have to go to anyone was Beyonce, because I think Beyonce.
Beyonce's like, I am everything.
She's like,
no.
I inspire myself. You're welcome. No.
I think she's a very grounded and
She is.
she seems like a very humble woman.
She does.
And very gracious. Again, the most Grammys of all time.
How many is that? It's got to be
That's
like.
a good question.
She won 9 last night, correct?
That's what Natasha said.
I thought it was 3.
I thought it was 3 too. Were you watching the same show?
Is it 9 total? Is it 9 total?
No. Beyonce has like, I mean, she has the most of all time, so it's definitely over 9 for sure.
I think I was listening on the news this morning. I think they said 9. I think she's won 88 in total.
88.
Oh
Because I was going
my
to say,
gosh.
on average, I guess that's around 90.
If you can hear that gorgeous voice, that is our lovely
Yeah,
friend Natasha.
if you guys hear that voice, that is Natasha Phillips.
Wow, let me see. Grammy total. I don't know. 88? That sounds about right. Oh wait, 32 awards. Wait, no. 32 awards with 79 nominations for the Grammy Awards. Wow.
79
Oh.
nominations, 32 total awards. What?
You know who we didn't give a shout out to? Viola Davis.
Oh, right, she's an EGOT.
She's an EGOT.
She's an EGOT now.
For-
Maybe we could do that one day.
I would love that.
We could do like a podcast and get on the Emmys.
I don't think you
or
can do
Grammys.
a podcast and get on the Grammys.
No?
I
What
don't
did she
think
do?
so.
What did she do?
She recorded her memoir, and she won for Best Audio Recording, which of her book, which is
Right.
so cool. She, again, I think as we keep moving and
Mm-hmm.
in this space, you can see that we're all inspired by incredible people doing incredible things.
Yeah.
And it is all about gratitude, like to be grateful for what you have,
Yeah.
because when you're grateful for that, then you just have more and more and more and more.
That's true.
Yeah.
You got to just trust the process.
Trust the process.
Have
Trust
some
the
gratitude.
process. Have
Okay.
some gratitude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of gratitude, we're super grateful for our next wonderful guest.
Yes.
Mr. Mark Teschner in the building. We're so excited to sit down and talk to him and
Yeah.
talk about his journey. And, we're all about inspiring people, especially for those that are watching. We have a lot of aspiring actors
Yes.
that watch our show.
Yeah.
And so we want to talk to him about like landing your dream role and how you can do that.
Yeah.
And who better than to do it with 10-time Emmy Award winner,
Yes.
Mr. Mark Teschner.
Awesome.
And we have
awesome.
a quick video.
Yeah, he changes a lot of lives, I got to say.
Yeah, that's what's so cool, right?
Yeah.
It's like, when I worked on Charlotte Chronicles, it brought me so much joy when I was like, you just booked Charlotte Chronicles.
Yeah.
And it was just a web series,
Yeah.
but like to tell someone that they got something, like brought me so much joy. I'm gonna cry.
You know he's done this to me.
Oh, to you?
He gives me
that's
like
right.
ultimate, like it's one of the ultimate stories of my life. Yeah, because every actor wants to do a play.
Yeah.
And then like have someone see the play and like offer them a role or
That's such a
something like that.
Cinderella story.
It was a Cinderella story. I've auditioned for him a couple times, but he does the readings. Like he's an actor, so like
Yes, I remember
you're
that.
doing the audition with him. I can't wait to get him on and hear more about it. But yeah, he's definitely one of one.
Aw, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I love hearing that. That's so sweet. I think we have a quick video of Mr. Mark.
Yeah,
Take a
let's
look.
Check it out.
I'm Mark for General Hospital, and this is my life. I was born in New York City. I was raised in Scarsdale, New York. I have been a casting director for 35 years. My best casting is my 13-year-old daughter, Amelia. I love what I do. I love being a part of a process that's creative, that I get to work on something I love every day. Out of all the jobs I've had, and I've cast a lot of different things, General Hospital has been my favorite job of all time. And I try to be supportive of actors because without an actor, I don't have a career. And this is my life.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really
What a way
nice.
to look at your own job, huh?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's cool to know that you're going in every day doing what you love to do.
Yeah, and he gives like
Right?
gratitude to actors. He's probably like the only guy that's doing that in this town.
You know what's interesting? There's always this bad rep that like casting directors aren't like on your team. They're on your team. They want you to do well because they do
Yeah,
well.
right.
Like they want you to do well in the room. I don't think I told you, like one of my mentors in 2020 was Judy Taylor, who worked over at Disney and ABC, and she did like all the kids stuff.
Okay.
But I talked to her, and she was just like, we just want you to do so well, because when you do well, we do well, and we're like your biggest cheerleaders. So we want you to be it, because we don't want to have to go through a gazillion people.
Well, I was thinking about this. I was like, it's got to be hard to be liked as a casting director, because most of the people you talk to, you're saying no to. You're saying yes to one and no to like the rest of like the other 99. But if you ask about Mark Teschner in this town, everyone has something good to say about him.
That's awesome.
Isn't
that's like Andy.
Yeah.
I love that.
It is.
Well, why don't I just get Mark on before we like keep talking about it? Let's get Mark on and talk to him.
Yes.
What makes him so great? We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
So here is our Jackery.
How are you?
Unbox it. You want to get it charged up. You use this fantastic charger over here. This is the output over there, and it has an extra cable like this with the ability to charge it in your car. So that is really cool. So we have it all charged up. It has here, you can press on the display. You can see now that it is not drawing any power, it is not bringing in any power, and it is 99% charged, which is cool. So as you want to use all your separate things, you can turn on the little lights, and it will show you, as you can see there, that now you can draw power out of them, or you can turn them off, just like you would at home. If you want to leave something plugged in but not having it draw power, there you can turn it off. So let's have some fun and see what our Jackery can fire up. So in the past, we have used the Jackery to light up our lives with Govee. We have charged our cell phones, and we have done a few other things. But we've even lit up the AeroGarden. How amazing is that we were able to light up the AeroGarden? But today we're going to push the Jackery to the limit, and we are going to take a look at the This Works. What's this? This Works car vacuum. Awesome, very cool. And we could even take a look at Tambi used it. And how amazing is this? Oh my goodness. You can just keep on going and going and going. You can get into every little nook and cranny in your car with all of this. How awesome. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to stick it into our Jackery. Let's do it this way so you guys can see what I'm doing. Turn it on. The little light and the display have gone on because we are about to fire this up. Thank you, Mr. Jackery. There we go. That is cool. So let's see what else we can fire up today. That is just so cool. You see, powerful vacuum, Jackery fired it up. Let's have a look at some of the other things that we can fire up today. Let's see. Here we go. So let's try the Levoit air purifier. This is a high power drawing item, I think. I would imagine so. It's not something that you would generally plug into this little power port here. Amazing. If this works, you know how incredible this must be. So not only is the Jackery used when you are camping or exploring the world in your RV or your car, the Jackery can also be your backup power source for a disaster. Disaster preparedness. The Jackery is definitely something that you'd want to have in your home. And God forbid there is something and the air is not pure, and now you're stuck in your home, you've got no power, you can't put your air purifiers on. If there's a huge amount of dust in the air, or if there's a big Like we are in California, there could be a huge earthquake, will bring up a lot of dust, but you obviously want to still keep your lungs protected. Let's see if the Jackery not only will give us power, but will also save lives. So plug it in over here. We'll turn it on. And you can see, let's actually put this up a little bit because you'll be able to see the lights. So let's put that, try and see if you can see that there. This.
Back to Good Day live on Silo TV. I'm Michelle Murad. If we're just connecting for the very first time, welcome again with...
Yep, Kyle Trueblood. How we doing? Hope your day's good. And we have a very special guest.
Yes, Mr. Mark Teschner.
Hi.
Hey.
Yes.
How are you?
Thank you for that tribute video. It's
You're
5
welcome.
years old because my daughter's now 18, so it's fun to look back and see some old stuff, oldie but goodie.
Time's flying, man. How you been?
I've been great. Yeah.
It's good to see you again.
It's good to be here. Good to be seen.
Yeah. We have like a little bit of a history. Mark, I'm one of the ones that one of the lives Mark has changed in this town, and pretty excited about it. Very thankful for you. And,
Well, you said something earlier as I was listening about how I say no so many times.
yes.
And that's true, but I view it as I say yes
Right.
so many times
Right,
because,
right.
I've been casting the show over 33 years, so well over 8,000 episodes. So I've really said yes to
Yes.
thousands and thousands of actors, even though
Incredible.
technically I've said no to more. But I view it from that place.
Right. Yeah. I'm in that aspiring actor world a lot, and if you can mention your name to just about anyone, even if they just got here 6 months ago, and they probably know your name, and there's always a good connotation behind it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Maybe they're a little scared of you still, but they still have a very good thing to say about you.
Well, I have a tendency, one of the reasons a lot of actors know me is because I have a tendency to see a lot of actors for roles, especially for series regular roles, where if they're in the, 16 to 23, 24, you might be discovering someone where it's their first job. So my job is to find that, and of course see as many actors as possible, because you never know who you're going to find. It could be that last actor. I think I run from fear, after all, that I'm going to miss someone.
Okay.
I think that's what
Okay.
stokes me. I have this mindset that I'm only as good as the last role I've cast.
Wow.
So for series regulars, I'll see 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've seen 850 people for series regulars because I feel like you have to.
Yeah.
I don't want to give you
So
like
a lot of
loaded
actors,
question.
on their first audition,
Right.
That's how, because that's how a lot of them know me, from that first time they've gotten in the room.
Yeah, you set an impression, I think, more than I did when I came into the room for you once. I was like, because you acted with me in the
I
audition.
do my readings, yeah.
You do your readings. I was like, oh my God.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And I wondered, I was like, how did you, it was such good acting.
Oh, well, thank you.
on your part.
I still haven't gotten on General Hospital.
What's happening? Have you talked to the casting director?
I know it very well. I know
You'll talk to the
very
casting
well.
director about that.
Oh, you must
Well, I
be
was
too
trained
busy.
as an actor in college, and
Okay.
then my first few years out of college, I was an actor in New York, and I had this I don't know if it's an epiphany, but I realized I liked the idea of acting more than being an actor. And I made a really quick shift into casting. I worked as an assistant and then worked my way up. But it's funny, from day one, I knew I made the right decision. It was all the stuff that I'd been trained in was perfect for laying the groundwork for a career in casting.
Wow.
Understanding the basic tenet being you have to understand good acting,
Yeah.
but also what I like about my training is that I'm able to speak the actor's language.
Right.
So if I'm working with an actor in the room, I can give an adjustment that's organic
Yes.
and try to get the best work from them. So, I always feel in life, wherever you are, you got there because that's where you were supposed to be. Sometimes you go left, sometimes you go right, and you just don't know how that's going to turn out. So I'm lucky. I found something that I love and that after 40 years of being a casting director, I'm still passionate about. And not everybody can say that.
Yeah.
She's a big proponent of following your dreams and
Yes.
ending up in the right place.
Yes.
Sure.
Not that I'm not, but you definitely preach it more than I do.
Yes.
Have you ever thought about directing?
No. I love what I do.
Yeah.
I teach also, but I don't consider that working with an actor and teaching is different than directing a scene. And I have tremendous respect for any director, film, television. Our directors, we shoot 254 episodes a year.
Wow.
Right.
So
Like us.
we're shooting, 80, 90, 100 pages a day. I have such respect for our directors, and we have a number of directors because we have a pretty large cast, and it's a bear to direct. No interest whatsoever.
You guys are shooting 80 to 90 pages a day.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we shoot pieces of episodes.
Yeah,
we might
right.
have the main part of the day one episode, but then there's pieces from others as we get into scheduling issues and which actors are available. We also take a certain amount of dark weeks per year where we're not shooting. So we have to fill those dark weeks with shooting the 250 episodes over the weeks we are shooting.
Sure.
So I think it comes out to something like 8 episodes a week. That's 8 hours of television a week.
Wow.
So it's a lot.
It's a lot.
And for the actors, it's a lot, not just in terms of the volume, but the emotional content, what these actors on the show have to do in terms of the range of emotion that their characters have to live, because we're not 26 hours a year like a prime time, or even 13 hours a year. We're 250 hours. So even though each actor's not on 250 episodes, it's a real emotional roller coaster for the characters that they go through. So the emotional dexterity and range of the actors still amazes me.
Of course. You have to go through like 3 days in one, apparently.
Really, very much so.
Yeah.
You have to bring it when you show up on the set. You have to be prepared with your choices and just ready to go.
Yeah. That's what I experienced.
It's fast.
It was fast. It was fascinating. And it was a little unexpected on just how on point. It was even more so than a movie, because people knew they had to get this scene and then the next scene and 4 scenes in about 5 hours, 6 hours maybe. Which must make it even tougher to cast for. Huh?
Well, we do more than 4 scenes an hour. We could do up to 15, 16 scenes an hour. I mean,
moving. You guys
but we shoot by set, so we'll shoot a chunk of scenes on a set, and then we'll move to another set, so that there's a structure to how we shoot.
More than that.
Still,
awesome.
My favorite thing. The fun part is, and there's a lot of fun parts to casting, but is you cast an actor, and maybe next week they're working and I'm sitting in my office and I'm watching the shooting on my screen, and then 3 weeks after that it's on the air. So you get to see your work in real time and very fast, as opposed to, I've done some movies that nobody has seen. You do a movie and it goes, and you know, it's never seen. Here the work, it's right there, and I can watch it the day it's on, and if I miss that, I can watch it on Hulu. General Hospital on Hulu and ABC.
I didn't know General Hospital was on Hulu.
Yeah, no, I had to do that actually, because we shot maybe February 14th, 2020, which was like right before everything like shut down.
Right.
But then we aired 3 weeks later, and there was a lot of emergency, emergency shows popping up in the middle of General Hospital actually. So I had to go to Hulu and check it out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I'm so grateful that we're back from COVID. I mean, for the world, it was a horrible time. And, we were down for 4 months. And it's a very introspective, scary time when you're not working and the world is not working. You're looking at bigger issues than just work. But I'm so happy to be back. I never have even if I'm having a rough day where I'm struggling to come up with an idea, who's going to play this role, or an actor's not available, or we change the schedule. There's a lot of dominoes in the casting process. But a bad day at work is a great day compared to any other thing, because you're still working. I'm still doing what I love. Everybody has those challenges at work. Every job has its challenges. And with mine, I have no choice. I have to roll with it. But what balances it out is I'm so thankful to be working in a job I love, in a very competitive field, and to be on a show that is iconic. We're actually coming up on our 60th
Wow.
anniversary, the longest
60th.
running television show.
Wow.
Congratulations.
How exciting.
Which is
Yeah.
crazy. And we're gearing up for that with episodes that are
Okay.
geared to celebrate that and acknowledge it. It's really, it's quite a feat. It's
yeah.
beyond. I mean, I've spent over half my life casting the show, so it's it's really been like another home for me.
That's awesome.
That's incredible. And I know those watching at home had a job that is better than all my best days, 30 years straight. What advice would you give to someone, even if they're not in this industry, to landing in a dream job for them like you did? Like, what was that transition?
You just have to love what you do.
Yeah.
And you have to be, my favorite word, you have to be passionate about it. Whatever it is somebody does. If you find something you're passionate about, it's still work and it's still a job, but you get through it. I mean, I consider what I do my career, not just a job.
Right.
So I'm lucky I found something that doesn't, it is a job and it feels like a job, but it's a career.
Yeah.
So it's sort of, I'm wired to be doing this. And I think if somebody in life can find something that feels true to who they are,
Yeah.
then they're onto something.
Right, like a sense of honesty in a sense, to be like, this is what I really love.
And
Right.
not be complacent. If you're miserable in a situation, do your best to move beyond that. You know, we stay in this comfort zone because it's comfortable, but it doesn't necessarily make you happy to be comfortable.
Right.
So, and you know, I have an 18-year-old daughter who's, you know, going to college next year. She's in high school, and I've talked to her about, you know, you're going to enter a period of your life where you're going to discover things, and you may think this was what you were interested in. You may discover that's what you're interested in, and that's the beauty of it. You don't have to make a decision on where you're going to be right now.
Yeah, yeah. Give yourself some freedom.
Yeah, to try different things and see what sparks you.
Right.
I mean, I feel blessed. I do have people that in my life that I know that haven't found yet something that they're passionate about, and my wish for them is that they do find something that excites them about what they do.
Of course, of course.
I mean, oh, sorry.
No,
I
go.
don't know when I can step in because I know you're so
Please,
excited
please,
and I'm
please.
so excited too. My question for you is, do you get to make the phone call and let the actor know that they booked it?
Yes.
What is that like for you?
Well, I'm usually calling the agent.
Oh, got it. Right. I always forget there's an agent involved.
Yeah.
I'm thinking you get to have the direct.
But then I'll reach out to the actor, not all the time, but a lot of the time, and just congratulate them. I think it depends on how well I know the actor prior to them booking the job. Did I know them before? Have I built up a relationship? Or if it's a young actor that's been through the process of many, many auditions, just to be there to lend the support, kind of a thing. Although, you know, the auditioning world, the casting world is very different post-COVID. Not that we're necessarily post-COVID, but because most of auditions are now self-tapes and online and Zoom. We do very few in-person auditions, and not just General Hospital, but most shows still do it online because you just don't want hundreds of people a week coming into the building.
Right.
First of all, you can't enter our building without COVID testing 48 hours in advance. So that would mean the expense of COVID testing people that are auditioning for you. It's not practical. But also from a safety point of view, we've done really well since we've come back with, you know, navigating COVID, because we have a building of 200 people and we're shooting every day. We've got cast and crew, and so it's very much, you know, it's a bubble that's sealed, and we have to make sure that people entering that bubble are also safe. So in-person auditions are not frequent. They might be for a final callback deciding who we're going to screen test for a role, or if it's a major recurring role, it might be a final audition where we might have them in the room reading with another actor who's on the show. But for the most part, it's self-tapes and Zoom. So I appreciate what you said about reading with me in the room, but I don't do that nearly as much as I used to. But I used to love it because I'd see 40, 45 actors a day. And, you know, when they're reading with me, I'm really in the moment. I really see truth,
Yeah.
authenticity.
Yeah.
By reading with an actor, you can see and feel a lot. So I do miss that in the process. But the flip side is many more actors get opportunity to audition, because I can see in a time frame many more actors than I could if I was in the room. Because remember, I'm not just working on one role at a time, I might be working on multiple roles.
Right.
So how many people can I see? Whereas with the self-tapes, which is what they are, we call them self-tapes, where they submit their audition, I can see hundreds and hundreds more for a role than I normally would, because I can watch at night, I can watch on the weekend, I can watch in the morning. I mean, basically I can cast every day, 7 days a week. But what I like about it is I get to see a lot of actors that I might not normally get to see if there wasn't the time, or if, say, I would be on the fence, I don't know if they're right. Rather than say no, I can say yes, because they may not be right for one role, but they might be right for another. So even though I might audition for a contract role 400 or 500 people, and we only hire one, it doesn't mean I didn't love many others. So they will be on the radar of myself, the producer, the show, for other roles that might come up. And a lot of the roles that we cast are from actors that auditioned for one role, they didn't get them, but they liked us, so they stayed on our radar for something down the road. So you just, as an actor, you just never know. That no may at some point turn into a yes, and sometimes even for a better role than you actually auditioned for initially. That does happen.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
You hear that out there, right? Stay true,
Yes.
stay positive, keep pushing forward. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. I believe this. You never know why you are where you are doing what you're doing, because you just never know.
You gotta just put your best foot forward.
Whether it's acting, writing, producing, whatever.
When you sent me the email telling me I got the role, I fell on the floor. I immediately just like, I remember it. Like I like, it was like Gumby. Like my legs gave out, and I went pancaked on the floor. I just looked at it, like, finally. You know what I mean?
So cute.
Yeah. But no,
You never know who's going to walk into a theater and see you. You just,
yeah.
I always tell actors, do the work.
Right.
Just do the work. Do the work because you love it, but also because you never know who's going to see it.
That's where I was going with this, actually, because I was doing that play just out of pure love. I didn't know you were coming. It's not like I did it for General Hospital. I just, I was in a bad meeting. They loved the way I dealt with this guy, and they were like, hey, we love the way you dealt with the negativity of him. Why don't you come work with us? And then we ended up working together and doing a play, and I was just doing it for the love of the game, as they say.
You just, honestly, you just never know. If you love the craft, that's what they come back to about being passionate. If an actor loves acting in the craft, that's the foundation an actor has. Because the other stuff, getting the jobs, getting the opportunity, it's a very difficult town. There's 100,000 actors. So if you do what you love, you just never know. We have an actress on the show, Carolyn Hennessy. She's probably been on the show for, I want to say, 15 plus years. She's been in, she recently had her 500th episode. She recurs. She's not contract, she recurs. But she works a lot. I saw her in a play 15 years ago. I hired her for 3 episodes. They loved her, and she's worked 500 episodes because somebody saw her in a play on a night and they responded to them. That's what I mean, there's countless stories for actors of you walk in and you do you love what you do, and then somebody walks in and sees you. But because you were doing what you love, you created that opportunity to be seen.
I hope you guys are listening out there. It doesn't take, you don't have to do anything weird or pray to some cults. Just do what you love, and it really actually does happen. It was like proof. It's like you really do think it's impossible at certain points when you get to this town. And you were one of the shining examples of just trusting in what you love.
You have to trust the process, but it is difficult, and not everybody gets that opportunity. I have a lot of actor friends, and I have some that I have one friend who really struggled, and then he turned 55. He works nonstop in major roles on television series, but he just did what he loved. and it happened for him. But for some actors, they still have that struggle where they're talented and they bang their head and it hasn't yet happened. And that's why I try to be kind to any actor I meet, because every actor has struggled to get to that place to even come into the room.
100%. Like when you're auditioning actors, I'm sure you don't have to give out anyone's name, but I'm curious, like, have you ever been able to tell while you're with them in that room, like, oh, this is a frustrated actor, they can get there, they're just maybe having a bad day, or
I don't think I'm this frustrated. That doesn't come into it because I don't know what's going on before they come in. But sometimes I can see an actor in the room struggle, and if I see that there's talent but they're struggling with their choices, and if they're right for the role, I'll then work with them in the room. If they're not right for the role, I won't have as much time to work with them because I still have the role to cast. But I don't necessarily connect to, are they dealing with other stuff that they're bringing into the room. It's funny, my friend who's working all the time right now, he had an audition years ago where he was in the waiting room with a bunch of guys, and while they were in the waiting room, they heard the casting associate offering the role they were auditioning for to someone on the phone.
It's happened.
And that is just heartbreakingly deflating.
So deflating.
At least close the door if you're going to offer.
Right?
That usually happens, though. I gotta be honest. Like, as an actor, that's never happened to you?
No, well, because
10 times.
So it's funny that you said that you love the idea of acting. I also love acting, but I love the idea of creating. So I created my own web series called Charlotte Chronicles.
That's great.
And that's how I met Kyle Trueblood. And I was told that, well, first of all, I cast somebody else. Sorry.
You did?
I did.
She had no idea I even existed.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Guy had braids, dreads. Oh, no, he looked kind of like you.
We
He
did
had
look
the same
similar.
look.
Yeah.
And then he got dreads, but because he wasn't paying anyone anything, I couldn't tell him not to get rid of the dreads. It was
correct.
So I couldn't tell him that. And then a friend of mine who is directing said, we got a guy who's just off General Hospital. And I was like,
they did say
really?
that, didn't they? They actually did.
I got so excited. And then
This is 2020.
And then you were in it and you were amazing. And
Thanks.
I was like, of course, I totally could see you off of General Hospital.
You're
Because everyone
funny.
would ask at the end of the Charlotte Chronicles, who's the guy at the end with the glasses? I was like, oh, he was just off General Hospital.
You just kept bragging about that. That's hilarious. Well, you have Mark Teschner to thank for that.
Kept throwing it under he was on General Hospital.
But I love that you created something for yourself, because I think you have to. I tell actors all the time, don't wait, create.
Yeah.
Because you can wait all day for the phone to ring, but if you're out there creating something, whether you've created a web series, something to stream, a short film, then you're not only creating work for yourself, but you have something to show. And again, you never know who is going to see that web series. You never know who's going to see that short film. You just never know as an actor. So to create the work, you're creating the potential for opportunity.
Correct. Yeah.
Is that what you? Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Like,
No, I feel like you're not getting to talk that much today.
I need the little paddle.
Yeah.
Is that what you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No,
Go
please,
ahead.
please.
No, you first.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, no, I just had a random question about, we know Mark Teschner's amazing at casting, but what is Mark Teschner's favorite movies?
Oh boy.
Good question.
Favorite genre?
Well, it's going to sound cliche. I like human independent films and dramas, but I have to say I do go back to The Godfather 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
You know, because when I was growing up, that's what I saw on. So it's not a very original answer, but there are certain movies I can watch over and over again.
Godfather 2, no question.
And but and I watch a lot of television. I watch a lot of television. Well, first of all, because I love it, but you never know who you're going to see that you can use. I've used so many actors that I've seen on one show, and then ended up working for me.
That's so cool. I love
but
that.
I watch it because I enjoy it. But there's been a side benefit, which is I get to see a lot of actors, and then I'll make a note of it.
Sure.
I'll write it down. When I first got the job, I was living in New York, and I didn't know a single actor in LA other than well-known actors. So this was '89, and there was no DVR. There was no streaming. There was no. You either recorded the show on VHS or you missed it. So I recorded a lot of episodes on VHS just to get more familiar with the show than I already was, and I'd watch it just to get familiar, and I'd watch a lot of television, and then I would
What shows
write.
are these?
I would watch
Miami Vice or something.
I'd watch Divorce Court, Miami Vice, anything that had LA actors, I would watch, and then I'd write down at the end, their name and what they'd be right for. Now you couldn't even freeze the frame because you're watching it live.
Right.
And so I came out to LA with this because I had about 2 months before coming out.
Okay.
But I came in with a very thick legal pad of actors and what roles they could play, and I probably cast for the first year and a half all my day players off that list to get familiar as I was auditioning other actors.
That's
but I
incredible.
still have that habit where if I see an actor, I'll freeze the frame and then I'll write the name down for future work. And
That's
so
awesome.
that's the benefit of loving television.
There you go. You can enjoy it and work at the same time.
What was the show or movie that made you want to be an actor?
I think it was just growing up in New York. I was born in New York City and raised right outside, about a half hour. But I started seeing Broadway in Scarsdale, New York.
Okay.
But I started seeing Broadway shows when I was 7 years old.
Wow.
So I just fell in love with Broadway. I fell in love with acting and all of that. So there wasn't one thing per se. It was just the effect of being exposed to that at a young age. I also went to a lot of Yankee games, but I didn't want to be a baseball player because that would never happen. But my first Broadway show, I was 7 years old. It was called It's a Bird, It's a Plane, It's Superman.
Cool.
I don't think it ran very long, but that's it. So it wasn't one thing. It was just the exposure, and I feel so lucky that I had a family parents that loved the arts, and we would drive into the city and see a lot of shows, and that's kind of what did it for me. I was just the creativity of acting and being in a play or whatever that really affected me.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe, and this is my theory, right?
Okay.
That when we're really little, we kind of know what we want to do at a very young age. And if we have parents that are open, they allow us to go that way.
I try to jump on this with,
I know.
with Michelle. I
He's
really
not
do. I
into
really
that,
try to
but
jump
I
on this.
believe that.
I wanted to be an archaeologist until I was like 12, so I
But
can't.
you know what I said? As an actor, you're digging deeper for the meaning
Adorable. Yes.
in the role.
Yes.
So you are an archaeologist of the human
Okay.
spirit.
Well, you're
Right?
right. You're correct. Yes, because
Right?
I always
You're
did think of
digging deeper.
I thought of an actor like a detective, and I kind of do think of an archaeologist like a detective as well in
Right?
different fashions. Yeah, you're dusting, you're looking at the past, seeing what kind of made them up. Yeah.
I got so off tangent. The reason why I brought up Charlotte Chronicles is because that's how this all happened. This show happens. And how you happened
Yeah, so
on this show.
she wrote a web series about her dog. She had a dog and had a bunch of funny happenings in your life from it, and you wrote a series about it.
Unexpected circumstances.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Very strange.
No, and then you had another guy. He got braids. I knew the director. Came in. We met each other on set, like in front of camera.
Yeah.
And had like a love scene, or like not a love scene, not like a physical love scene.
A
but like
meeting.
A meeting, right?
Yeah.
Wow, we have pretty good chemistry.
Great chemistry.
And then
You guys got great chemistry here, just
Thank
watching
you.
it. So, I think it's one of the reasons your show works.
Thank you so
I appreciate
much.
that. Thank you for
That
coming
means a
on.
lot. That means a lot from coming
Yeah.
from you, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Especially from a casting director.
100%.
The best casting director in town, so their show works. Hope you guys got that. So
Go ahead. You were.
we don't do this a lot.
No,
we don't usually interrupt
no, I
each
think
other.
we're just excited.
That I
excited.
don't buy, but okay.
Yeah, that's true. I cut him off all the time.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So, going with the show, do you find like your emotions kind of like flowing with the timeline of the General Hospital show? Like someone will be going through something and you're like, oh, she's going through this. And it'll kind of hit you when you meet someone like, oh, he'd be perfect to deal with her.
Not necessarily.
No? Okay,
because
okay.
I don't base it on a specific storyline. It's who's going to be right for the role, because so many times storylines change.
Right.
Well, but with certain characters, I know what their storyline is as I'm casting them.
Yeah.
So I am thinking in terms of, will they line emotionally? Do they have the right sensibility for the role? Things like that. That does go into the decision. But with a contract role that's going to be on for years, storylines change. You change who they're with. It's more who's the best person, who is somebody that can bring something to life, bring some soulfulness to it. And is this somebody that the audience will want to watch year in, year out? Is there something of depth and meaning that's going to connect this character, this actor, this artist to the audience?
That's awesome. I have to look at some of these photos. You have 10 Emmys, is that correct?
Yeah.
10 Emmys.
I love the nonchalance you say it with. Yeah.
I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah. Deserved.
So cool. And then, what is it, 7 Artios Awards?
Artios is the Casting Society of America. Artios is Greek for perfectly fit.
Wow.
Okay.
So it's a clever, I didn't make that name up. that's a separate award.
You just perfectly fit somebody into the
That
thing.
we perfectly fit, yeah.
Right.
Look at this. This is so cool. So well deserved. After 33 years, you said, with General Hospital. How did you land General Hospital? Or how did they land you? Is the real question.
Well, actually, it's there's no mystery. I was casting a soap opera in New York for ABC called Loving, and they made a producer change. I cast that from 1985 to 1989, and in 1989 they brought in a new producer for the show, and great guy. And one day he calls me down the hall, like you're getting called to the principal's office. Close the door.
What did I do?
Oh boy. Yeah.
And then he said he had just become the producer of General Hospital, and would I like to move out to California and cast the show?
Wow.
Well,
I said yes in the room because I'd always wanted to live here.
I was gonna say.
I've been in New York, all my life, and I was like, I'd like to move where it's beautiful and warm. And so I was offered the job because I had a work relationship with Joe Hardy, who at the time was the producer, and he brought me with him to Los Angeles on the show.
That's
so it was one of those. It was beautiful. Timing couldn't have been better.
Perfect timing.
You know, I was doing a bunch of plays in New York. Same exact story. It got 8 degrees in the winter. I was like, this is the last straw. I'm done.
I get it. Listen, I get it. I was born there. The cold just, for me, it was like, please, warm weather. Also, so much of the industry is here. I felt like I wanted to be in warm weather where, the industry was, not that there's not a huge industry in New York, but for me, it felt like I needed to be out here. So just the timing worked out, and, I haven't looked back.
It's incredible, yeah. When I was doing the play in LA, I was like, I don't know who's gonna come to this. In LA, they always look for film. In New York, they look for theater. I don't know who's coming to this LA play. And here comes Mark and a few other people that really appreciated plays in LA. So I really appreciate that.
It worked out.
Yeah, but I should have known you were from New York, being that you came to see the play and respected it. That's a New York move. Yeah.
This is you, General Hospital. Casting with the arrow pointing right at you, just in case nobody knows. That's so cool. I love that so much, really, truly, and loved everything that you said about casting and saying yes to so many people. I know a lot of people that are watching are aspiring, and you mentioned about don't wait but create. But what else can you say to those that are out there maybe wanting to be on General Hospital or wanting to be on a soap or just wanting for that big break? What advice can we give them?
Keep doing what you love. Don't make it about I want to be on General Hospital. Don't make it about I want to be on a soap.
Okay.
I mean, there's only 4 soaps.
Right.
Make it about I love acting and see where that journey takes you. I'm also a big believer for an actor that they should be studying the craft of acting. They should be in a class every week because it's like an athlete. You need to keep that muscle in shape, because I feel like if you don't use the muscle, it atrophies, you lose it. So I'm a big proponent of, if you're not working, you can still be acting every week, whether it's with a class or whether it's with friends. And if you love the craft of acting, find a way to act.
Yeah. Don't wait. Create. I love it.
Oh, this is. I wish we had more time.
This has been fun.
This has been amazing. Thank you for
having me. I hope if I've inspired a few people out there to step up their game and really pursue their passion, then I'll feel really good about that.
I'm positive you did. I'm positive. I can join that group for sure.
The Gumby fall. What did you say, Gumby?
Yeah, I felt like Gumby. Yeah. Step up your game. Don't get down on yourself. Stay true to what you love, and keep pushing. Don't wait. Create. Mr. Mark Teschner.
Yes, thank you for being on our show. I hope wherever you are, you find the good in your day. Spread it to whomever you may. And again, find what you love to do and just keep doing it and see where that will take you, because you never know what door will open. Just follow that joy. I just got goosebumps.
That's magical.
Okay. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks for stopping.
Bye. Thank you, Mark. That was
Thanks, Mark.
great. That was amazing.
That was fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, easy.
That was fun. Thank you for having
Thank
me.
you
course,
for
of
being
course.
here.
Now the least glamorous part. Back to work, dealing with scheduling night.
Right.
The not fun part of it comes in the territory.
That job's all the way fun, right?
Hopefully these
Fashion forward, passion, you know it. Attraction, good morning from good daylight. Yeah. Michelle and Kyle coming at you with a smile. So come and stay a while. Good times are the only style. Good daylight. Good daylight. Good daylight. Good daylight. Coming at you with the greatest guests and listeners. Don't worry, got a little bit of his and hers. Just vibing, it's gonna be the mission from morning to night.